If you are fed up with your current circumstances and you want to change, I mean like really change, and you want to take accountability, to take control of your life and to become someone new, then this video is for you. Because you are done playing small. Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Aliesha, or you can call me Eli, and we are back for another video. Pay no attention to my lopsided bun, okay? It's kind of cute. I don't know, it's leaning a little bit, but it's cute or whatever. Welcome back to another video. This one I'm so excited for because we are 6 months into the year, and it is time to start reflecting, to start thinking about our next plan, like our plan for these next 6 months, our plan to glow up, to become unrecognizable, to be the best version of ourselves. I'm so excited. Okay, first things first is I want you to get clear with what you want. But not only are we going to get clear with what we want, we are going to get clear by journaling out what we want, okay? I want you to do this at the most peaceful time of like your life, okay? Not of your life, but the most peaceful time of your day. Maybe you meditate beforehand, maybe you do some breath work, maybe you try to clear your head before you want to do this, but you want to get clear with what you want, okay? A good way to get clear with what you want is to reflect back on things from your life and to ask yourself like what went wrong, what are the things that you didn't currently like about your life, what are the things that currently has not been going right in the last 6 months, or what are the things that you feel like you could work on. But also just getting clear with what you want. I want you to just journal out a day in your life, the day in the life of your highest self. Not only that, after you journal out a day in the life, I want you to journal out a week in your life, and what would your highest self be doing in that week, okay? What would she be doing right now? Like, what are the things, especially in these next 6 months, what are the things that you want to see come true? What kind of day in the life you want to see come into fruition, true, like your week in your life too. Like, what kind of week would you like? What is the best week of your life? And I want you to do this without thinking about, oh, this can't happen, or this. Like, I want you to get specific. I want you to get details, and I don't want you to be like distracted from your mind or distracted from other people, or just feeling like you can't do it, because you can do it. But you need to get clear, detailed, and you need to do this at the most peaceful time in the day, and when your head is like clear and everything, because sometimes our mind can trick us, and then we'll be writing, and then we're scared to write down what we actually want to be doing in our day in our life, and it's like, girl, no. Okay, we have to get clear. We have to get clear. The next thing I want you to reflect on after you do your day in the life of your highest self, I'm so excited. I want you to ask yourself, if this thing didn't happen, or if I did not take action for this goal, how would I feel? What would I feel? What are my emotions that will come up? Why do I feel this way? I want you to get deep with yourself. I want you to ask yourself this question, okay? I cannot tell you how many times emotion has made me move. Emotion has made me like get up and do the thing that I wanted to do, okay? The biggest times where I've had the biggest shift in my life was when I either hit rock bottom, or I was angry at my current circumstance, or maybe I was a little sad, or maybe I was not necessarily anxious, because anxious don't be making me move. Anxious be keeping me right here, okay? But just when you have a little bit of emotion backed by it, it is something that just propels you forward. Like me with this YouTube channel, like I create this YouTube channel because I have passion with it, but it is generally something I started because of emotion, like because of my self-love journey and the things that I went through in the past, and how I felt, and how sad I felt, and how I wanted other women to love themselves. Like, there is a reason behind it. So I want you to get clear with, if this thing did not happen, if you did not take action today, how are you going to feel in the next 6 months? You know, and it's not even about the thing happening, but it's the thing, if you don't take action like the steps forward to make this thing happen for you, how are you gonna feel? Are you gonna be angry? Are you gonna be sad? Are you gonna be upset? Okay, if you are gonna be angry, sad, upset, you need to use that emotion, that fuel, to finally get up and take action, because you know that you don't want to feel like that in the next 6 months. And I don't want this to be like you taking action from a place of like anxiety, because that's not good. That can kind of cripple us. But I want it to put some kind of fire under your butt, okay? Just a little bit of fire, okay? Just a little bit, girl. The next thing I want you to do is pick the most important goals that you want to happen, okay? I know we have a bunch of different goals in our lives. I know it's like so many things you want to do. You want to look good, you want to go to the gym, you want to read books, you want to like get your dream car, apartment, like a body. I don't know. There's so many things that we always want to do at once, but I am just going to challenge you to pick at least 3 things, like maybe 3 to 5, maybe like things that you actually really cannot live without, and that you really want to happen in the next 6 months. We can't do it all. We can't do it all. And if you are sitting up here chasing 10, 12, 15, 1800 things, like it's just not going to work, because you're going to get burnt out and you're going to feel like you can't do it because you're doing a million things at once. So I want you to actually be specific and get down to like the 3 or 4 things that you actually want to happen and write it out, okay? Now that you have about 3 goals that you are gonna work on, or maybe you have a little bit more, okay? I want you to start brain dumping on all the possible ways it can happen. The reason I have this on here is because I feel like sometimes we get stuck in a way, like we get stuck in our mind about, no, it has to happen this way. It has to be like this. It has to be like that. Just because your plan or your journey is a little different than somebody else's doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, okay? Just because the plan shifts doesn't mean it's not going to happen, okay? And a lot of times in this journey of becoming your best self, there are so many things that are going to be thrown at you. There are going to be so many curveballs thrown at you. And there are going to be different ways on how to achieve or do something, you know? Everybody may have, like, people may have the same goal, but there are so many different ways to achieve that goal, that same goal, okay? I want you to list out every single possible way that you can do this. And what this is going to do is motivate you. It's going to motivate you to take action. Is going to motivate you to try different angles, try different things to make it happen, try different things that work for you, that'll help it stick for you. Because a lot of times we do things and it might not be the right way that it's going to work for us. Maybe it's a different way that's going to work for us. Like, we are all different, and I just feel like when you brain dump on all the possibilities, you start to think like, dang, I never thought about this, I never thought about it like this, I never knew I could do this, I never thought I could do this. Like, there's so many different things that you can do, and I just think that we oftentimes just sell ourselves short, and we just look at one way on how to do something, and there's so many different ways to get to one goal. After you are done brain dumping on all the possible ways it can happen, I want you to do a brain dump on all the possible actions you can take for each step, okay? So like, there are going to be so many different actions that you can take for each step. I think that each goal should have a specific action that you want to take and tailor it to yourself. And I feel like you need to brain dump on all the different ways that you can actually take action, okay? Like, taking action would be like, okay, maybe I need to go to the gym. Maybe I need to go to the gym for 20 minutes right now as a micro habit, and then we can start increasing it, okay? Start to think of like small little ways that you can actually build like different micro habits or different things where, start to think of little ways that you can actually take action. I don't want it to be like, I don't want you to take big action, because big action really doesn't lead to anything. I always say this, but small things lead to medium things, and medium things lead to big things. And that is definitely what I found to be true in a lot of the things that I've been doing. When I've been trying to like get my dream body lately, and I am starting to look really great. But when I first started, I started off with just collagen. Then I started off juicing. Now I've been like doing more things with my breakfast, trying to put in healthy things at breakfast. So now I've been taking like protein shakes and eating oatmeal and just going to the gym more frequently. but I didn't do all that at once. I took small action. So I want you to come up with all the possible little steps, that little actions that you can take, and then pick one action that you're gonna take. I want you to pick one small action that you are going to take and actually be consistent with. And what I mean by this is, the next tip that I have is that you need to come up with a plan on how frequent you are going to be consistent with this thing, okay? Consistency doesn't always mean that you do the same thing every single day, right? Consistency is just that you show up at the same time, the same place every week, okay? That's consistency, okay? You can be consistent and do something once a month and still be consistent, is what I'm saying, okay? So I want you to pick out the consistency, the frequency of how many times you're gonna do this thing. Say you're starting with the gym, and maybe your small micro habit is to go to the gym for 20 minutes for 2 days out the week, okay? Monday and Fridays, okay? You're gonna try to show up Monday and Fridays every single week, okay? Once you build that consistency and that frequency, you're gonna start to build that confidence within yourself. And because you build that confidence within yourself, you're gonna start to go to the gym more, and maybe you'll even go a little bit longer. So maybe instead of 20 minutes for 2 days out the week, maybe you'll start to go for 40 minutes for 3 days out the week. You know, like I said, you want to start small and increase the frequency as you keep going, okay? Throughout these next 6 months, you want to increase the consistency as you are doing it, and I promise you, you are going to see results. The next action that I'm gonna have you, I need you to take, and this I'm speaking to myself because I had a long conversation with myself about this: time management. This one is so important, and I'm honestly speaking to myself when I say this. I have recently realized that I just need better time management. I am somebody that wakes up at 5 in the morning, except for on weekends. And on weekends, I realized that I need to start waking up at 5 in the mornings also, because those are the times where I kind of slack more on the weekends, and I really think it's because I'm out of routine. So I like slack with my eating for some reason, like breakfast and like healthy eating, and then I kind of slack with just like my channel a little bit, and that's like the optimal time that I can film is on weekends because I work Monday through Friday. So for me, I'm gonna start waking up on time, but I'm gonna need you to have specific time frames that you're gonna do the thing that you want to do. And I say this because sometimes we're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow, and it's like, okay, you're gonna go to the gym tomorrow comes, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym today, but do you have a specific time that you're gonna go to the gym? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had a specific time and like you knew where you were going, you knew what workout you were gonna do, you knew what time you were gonna do it, you are more likely to do that action. Like, but you're not gonna do the action if you don't even know what time you're gonna get up, you know? So instead, you need to be like, you know what, I'm going to the gym at 7 in the morning tomorrow. I'm gonna do this workout, I'm gonna do leg workout, I'm gonna do this workout, I'm gonna do that workout. You are so much more likely to do the thing if you're more specific on how you're gonna take that action and just managing your time better. Also, a good way to manage your time is to take note of how long things take you. I know that it takes me 30 minutes to do my makeup, so anything that I'm doing that revolves makeup, I make sure that I actually have 30 minutes of pockets of time to actually do my makeup. And then, you know, like maybe I'm filming and I want to do my makeup before I'm filming, so I know that I need 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes before I start filming to do my makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to take note of how long things take you, and then go toward that, and then manage your time that way, because we each and every one of us have different time frames on how we want to do something, okay? Yeah. Now I want to talk about the process of taking action. After you have taken all of this action, when you're going through the process of just taking action towards your goal, we are going to talk about mind work. I do not care what anybody says. Sometimes your mind plays tricks on you. Sometimes your mind gets in the way. Sometimes you start feeling like you just cannot do it, right? This is going to be the most crucial step rather than only just taking action, okay? Instead of only taking action, this is what we're gonna do while we're taking that action. So one thing I want you to do is in these last 6 months, I want you to reflect on how you talk to yourself in your mind, how you talk to yourself out loud, how you speak about yourself to other people, how do you speak about yourself to yourself. What have you said in the last 6 months? Can you recall that? Okay. Not only can you recall the last 6 months, but what are you saying to yourself on a daily? What are you saying in your mind on a daily? What did you say today about yourself today? Like, was it negative? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it like horrible? If so, that means that you need to work on your mind and how you feel about yourself. You need to work on how you feel about the things that you're going after. You need to start taking more action to changing your thoughts, because those thoughts are going to create that action. Those thoughts are going to make you get up and do the thing, right? So some things that I have noticed in the last couple of months is that I kept saying, I think I can do this, right? I think I can do this. I think I can do this. Ma'am, what do you mean you think? What do you mean you think? No, you can do this. I can do this, okay? I want you to like literally take a recollection of what the things that you say. Are you saying filler words like I think, maybe, I'm going to? Like, no, we need to start saying I can do this. I did do this. It's already here. It's already done. I am doing it. Like, this needs to be things that are like already like present tense. This whole I think or maybe thing is not working. It's not working. There's so much power in the tongue, and we just need to start spewing out positivity. We're gonna spew out positivity. Even if you don't believe it, we're gonna work on that, okay? We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. But I'm gonna need you to take into consideration how the things that you are saying out your mouth. Oh my goodness. There's so much power in the tongue. I can do this. I can do this, okay? The next step I want you to do is always self-affirm. Do self-affirmations, okay? We're gonna do self-affirmations in the morning. We're gonna do self-affirmations in the night. We're gonna do self-affirmations before we take that action, if you have time. And we're gonna do self-affirmations when things go wrong, okay? One thing that I have noticed, like literally have noticed in this period of my time when I was writing out this video topic idea, I have realized that the best times, the greatest times that I've had was when I was like affirming myself, when I was saying self-affirmations and I was getting myself out the bed because I was speaking positive to myself, right? So I am somebody who likes to meditate. I have started meditating again in morning and night, but not only am I meditating, but I'm saying these kind words to myself. I'm telling myself I can do it. I can do it in my head. Then I say these things out loud. I say specific affirmations that are tailored to me, because I believe in affirmations that are tailored to you. So you need to come up with your own affirmations that are tailored to your goals. However, you need to do this morning and night because you need to like embed this thing in your mind, right? Also, before you take the action, okay? Maybe you're going to the gym. Okay, if you're going to the gym, say affirmations as you're driving in your car. Like, say these affirmations. Maybe you're in the shower and you're doing your self-care routine. Say these affirmations out loud, okay? I don't know, maybe you're getting dressed for a job interview. Say these affirmations out loud, okay? Say it before you do these actions. They take the smallest time, okay? I want you to affirm, and not only do I want you to self-affirm yourself, but I also want you to self-affirm when things go wrong. When things go wrong, yes, sit in your feelings, reflect on it, reflect on why it went wrong, think about ways you can be better. But after you do that, you want to affirm yourself. You want to tell yourself that you can do it, that you're great, that you're beautiful, that you're like, you can do anything you put your mind to. You want to affirm, like just keep reiterating that thing in your mind. That is something that I've noticed that has worked for me through and through. But when I'm speaking negatively about myself, when I'm talking down on myself, baby, I'm in the bed. I'm in the bed and I'm sad and I'm just not, I'm not myself. I'm not myself. So now we need to actually really speak positively to ourselves morning, night, when things are going wrong, and before you take that action. The next tip I have is to fall in love with those mundane, consistent tasks. Woo, let's talk about it. Something I have struggled with a lot during this my journey of self-love or my journey of glowing up was the small mundane tasks I had to do, okay? Oh my goodness. Maybe the small mundane task of like putting away $10 every month. Maybe the small mundane task of showing up to the gym the same time 3 times a week, or maybe the small mundane task of just taking a nice little walk every day. These, when I say small mundane tasks, they're not small things that I'm doing, but they are things that they're consistent and they're mundane, but sometimes you don't see results from them just yet. Because it's working, but maybe, just maybe, you're just not in the right spot yet, but it's working. Every single day that you're doing this thing, it is building at least 1%, just building upon, like it's building more. And sometimes when things aren't working, like when things aren't moving and they're not shifting, you think that they're not working, and they are working, okay? It is working, but you have to stay consistent. You have to stay on that task, even if it feels boring, even if it feels like nothing is shifting. Something is about to shift, but if you give up because you don't see results and you're just like, oh, I'm kind of bored with these small tasks, or I'm kind of bored with these tasks to get me where I need to be, you're not going to see your results. You have to stay consistent, and you have to fall in love with the process of just doing those mundane tasks. The next thing I want to talk about is building self-trust, okay? This is one of the things that I have learned. This is my word for the year, self-trust, okay? I think building self-trust within yourself is definitely doing the thing that you said you're gonna do, but building self-trust within yourself is doing that task, but after you do that task, knowing that it's in good hands, that it's going to happen, that you can release yourself from that hold, okay? This is something that I have personally been working on myself, because I struggle a lot with self-trust. I've been struggling this year. I have been tested so much on just my self-trust for myself. And you know, this is a self-love channel, so I always talk about self. I always talk about loving yourself. And I think a really good way to love yourself and build a relationship with yourself is self-trust. But baby, my self-trust has been tested so much this year, just because sometimes I fail, sometimes I do the thing wrong, and sometimes I want to give up. And sometimes I want to just cling on to the thing. I want to cling on to how the thing is not working, or maybe I want to control how the thing is supposed to work out. And you know, I was just talking, like I said before, like that's why we need to do that brain dump about all the possible ways it can happen, because sometimes you want to cling on so bad to just how it needs to happen or how it needs to work out. But I need you to let go. I need you to like unclench your fist and just let go and let it come to you, okay? If you are consistent, if you are putting out that energy, if you are doing the thing, if you have passion for it, if you know that you did all that you could, even if you didn't go 100% that day, but you did something small to get you there, I'm gonna need you to let it go, okay? I don't want you to cling on to the fact that you didn't go full on out in the gym, or cling on to the fact that you weren't like the best version of yourself today. Like tomorrow is a new day. I need you to start, like, just let it go. Let it go. And this is the biggest lesson that I've learned this year, is just to have trust within myself, to have trust within God, to have trust, just trust in general, to let go of the things that I feel are making my life kind of miserable in my head, because I don't have the goal yet, you know? Just because the thing isn't happening doesn't mean it's not gonna happen, but I'm gonna need you to let go. And I feel like letting go, that is trust, that is self-trust, that is trust within, that is just trust within yourself. And I wanted to touch on that, because I feel like sometimes we can cling on to this goal that we have because we want to become unrecognizable, we want to be our best self. It's going to happen, but I'm going to need you to have fun. I'm going to need you to have fun while you're doing this thing, okay? Have fun, let go, breathe. It's going to happen. Release yourself, okay? That is it. That is my video about how to become unrecognizable. What? I don't know what I was saying. My throat is like a little messed up, but that is my video on how to become unrecognizable in 6 months. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope you found it helpful. I am going to leave and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.